let's talk about a fun and easy way to improve your Vo2Max. I am here at Gold Mine Mountain at Santana Mountain Regional Park in Arizona. And I am going up this hill. I'm going up and over, up and over, up and over. At each side of this hill, they call it a mountain, there is a sign. And I go to a sign, and you can see the sign says, very steep, danger, something like that, right? It is very steep, but it's also fairly short. So I am doing what's called hill repeats. And the running world would call them hill repeats. They also could be called intervals. Intervals being done on a hill, okay? So during the week, I do 2 or 3 days, I do a zone 2 workout. I go pretty slow because I'm trying to keep my heart rate low. What I use is to calculate that, the target heart rate is 180 minus my age. That's pretty standard. So I'm 54, so 180 minus my age is 126. So I am trying to keep my heart rate at or below 126. And I also try to keep it within 10 beats of 126. So I'm somewhere between 116 and 126 beats per minute. I use a Garmin watch to track my heart rate. I actually have a chest strap as well. I haven't been using that, but a chest strap would make it much more accurate. I'm just looking for an approximate range, and that's been helping, and it's been just fine so far. If you don't want to use a heart rate monitor, or you don't have a fitness watch, you can do what's called rate of perceived exertion by how you feel, basically. And the way that we define that is also could be a term called conversational pace. So you're going fast enough to where you can carry on a conversation, or I should say, you're going slow enough so you can carry on a conversation. But if you go any faster, it would be too hard to talk in complete sentences. If it's easy to talk in complete sentences, you're going too slow. You want to be right at that point where you can do it, but just barely. I do 2 or 3 of those workouts each week, zone 2 workouts. I go a little over 4 miles, about 4.5 miles. And that takes me about 48 to 52 minutes, somewhere in that range. I know it's a slow pace, but I have to go that slow to keep my heart rate low enough. Then, about 3 times per month, so usually on a Saturday, I come out here and do these hills. And it's short and steep. I go up the hill, and it gets my heart rate really high, somewhere in the 150s, 160s. The highest I've seen it has been 176, but that was a couple of years ago. The highest I've seen it this year is 175. So I'm not really paying attention to my heart rate on these days, other than to see how high it can go, right? And right now I'm going up this hill trying to talk to you, and it's getting really hard. Normally I wouldn't be talking, but trying to make a video, I would be going a little faster than this, okay? So I come up here and do these hill repeats, and that is a Vo2Max training. The zone 2 workouts are really important for building your overall base of fitness, your overall aerobic base, and it's important for keeping your mitochondria healthy, and also for improving and preserving your ability to burn fat. Okay, just got to the top. So the going up is the Vo2Max part of the workout. Then I go down the backside, and that's my recovery, right? I recover from the going up and higher heart rate, and I recover I need to recover right now. I recover enough to where I can turn around and do it again. So today I'm doing 6 of these, 6 hill repeats. How far is it? It's not that far. It's probably one way from one side to the top, maybe a quarter of a mile, something like that. Maybe a little farther than that, but it's enough to get your heart rate really high. And you want that. You want your heart rate to go high because you're trying to push almost to a maximal amount of effort that you can sustain. The good thing is like I'm pushing as hard as I can without failing, right? I'm pushing as far as I can to get up the hill fast, but not burn myself out and have to quit and be done with my workout because I pushed it too hard. That's not how you train Vo2Max, right? So I'm pushing it enough to put a strain on my heart, to put strain on my oxygen system and have to really use it, right? So that's the training. And then going down, you're recovering from that just enough so you can go back up and do it again. So to give you an idea, this mountain that I'm on is about 400 feet, a little over 400 feet elevation gain. So when I go up, it's about 400 feet elevation gain, a little over, and then go down another 400 feet, turn around and come back up. Just to try to give you an idea of the size of this mountain. It's not that high and it's pretty short. But it's steep and it does the job. But let's say you don't have a mountain like this, a small mountain like this, around where you live to go to do that. See if you can find a hill, just in any incline that you can find close by, and do a similar thing on that incline. The idea is that you're pushing yourself to a point where it's really hard to do for more than 4 minutes. If you can't find a hill, another option would be bleachers, right? If you can find a place where you can run up and down the bleachers, that's another approach. If you can't find bleachers, another option would be the Stairmaster in your gym. You can do that. Just turn it up and go at a really fast pace, so much so that you can't do more than 4 minutes, right? And then, if you can't do that, you can do an incline treadmill. So get on the treadmill, put it on the highest incline, and just go as hard as you can until you can't do more than 4 minutes, right? That 4 minutes is kind of key. It could be more than 4 minutes, but you want it to be at least 4 minutes, okay? So those are some other options, some alternatives, if you don't have a beautiful mountain in the desert to go to train your Vo2Max. And like, again, there are many different ways to approach Vo2Max training. This is just one way. I enjoy it. I love being outdoors. It feels more like an adventure than it does like training. Like it doesn't feel like a workout or training. I mean, you feel, of course, you're tired and your blood is going and everything, but I enjoy it so much that it just feels easy. It's fun, it's easy, and it works. It works.